Hello again. This is from 4-3. In this equation, they want you to put it in point slope. So 4-3 is a little much because there's so many different ways that they can have you put the different equations. So right now we want to use point slope. So the first thing that you have to know is to know point slope. The formula is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. If you have not memorized that yet, by the time we get to 4-3, you need to. So this is going to be your x1, your y1, and of course your m. So you are going to fill those in where it says to. So we're going to leave the y in the x, a y and an x. So we're going to go y minus y1, which is 3, equals m, that's 7, times, again, you leave the x and x, and then minus the y1, which is 5. That is all you have to do to put it in point slope form. So this is probably one of the things that my students from last year thought was the hardest. The equation is given in point slope, and they want us to put it in standard. So this equation right here is in point slope form, but they want us to move it to standard. Now standard from last chapter was ax plus by equals c, where a is a positive number and there's no fractions or decimals. So because nobody likes fractions, the first thing that I'm going to do with this equation is I'm going to multiply the entire thing by 10, because 10 is our denominator, and that will get rid of all the fractions. So if I distribute that 10 to everything, that is going to give me 10y plus 10 times 7 is 70 equals, now when I get on this other side of the equation, here's what's going to happen. This 10 and this 10 are going to cross out, and that's going to leave me with just 9 times x plus 3. So the next step is to distribute that 9. Remember, my end goal is to end up in standard form. So it's going to be 10y plus 70 equals 9x. I'm distributing, so the 9 to the x and the 9 to the 3, which would be 27. Okay, now notice in standard form the ax has to come in front, and all constants are going to be on the other side. So I'm going to subtract this 70 from both sides, and it's going to give me 10y equals 9x minus 43. So once I do that, I had to make the screen a little bigger. I need to move this 9x to the other side so that it will be in front, because in standard form, the ax is in front. So when I do that, I get negative 9x plus 10y equals, that crosses out, negative 43. But remember, I have to have a positive ax. A has to be positive. So the only way that I can make this a positive 9x is if I multiply the entire equation by a negative 1. So that would be a positive 9x minus 10y equals 43. And that's how you do it. Okay, this is also from 4-3. They are also giving us an equation in point slope, but this time they want their final equation to be in slope-intercept form, which we know is y equals mx plus b. So they want this equation that looks like it's in point slope form to end up in slope-intercept. So how do we do that? The first thing that we need to do is distribute that negative 1/3. So I'm going to write y plus 3 equals, I'm distributing, so negative 1/3 times 2x would be negative 2x over 3, because you only multiply the numerator. Then negative 1/3 times 6, that was that, negative 6 over 3, which is negative 2. The only other thing that you have to do in this case is to subtract the 3. you get y equals negative 2/3 x minus 5. I'm going to show you real quick just how I did this distribution up here. So when I took negative 1/3 times 6, remember you're multiplying 6 over 1, so you would get negative 6 over 3, and that's how I got this negative 2 right here. Okay, that's it. The last one for 4.3 is they want us to write an equation in point-slope form, given the point negative 3, negative 5, and the slope as 1/4. So again, you have got to remember that point-slope formula. That's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, where this is going to be our x1 and y1. And that's our m. So all you have to do is you fill in those. So y minus, our y1 is negative 5, equals the m, the slope was 1/4, and x minus x1 is negative 3, and you know that I don't like double signs, so this is going to change into a plus and a plus. So y plus 5 equals 1/4 times x plus 3 because of those double negatives. And there you have it. It is in point-slope form.